It's, it's 7:45 a.m. on a Tuesday. You're driving to work. Music is on, coffee is lukewarm. You're actually okay. And then you hear it, clunk, that specific noise. You know the one. It's not just a mechanical sound, is it? It's a physical punch in the gut. Immediately, your brain isn't looking at the road anymore. It's doing math. If that's the transmission, that's $1,200. I have $400 in checking until Friday. If I put this on the credit card, I won't pay it off until March. And suddenly, that tightness in your chest, that nausea, that isn't about the car. It's about how fragile everything feels. It's the realization that you are one bad Tuesday away from the house of cards collapsing. Look, we talk about being broke like it's a number, but it's not. It's a biological state of constant low-grade terror. It's cortisol poisoning. And the only actual cure, isn't positive thinking. It's not manifesting abundance. It's $20,000. My name is Bill Broke, and I spend way too much time thinking about the psychology of money. If you're someone who checks their bank app with one eye closed because you're scared of what you'll see, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today we need to talk about the second level, the level after survival. Because getting to $20,000 in the bank changes everything, even more than the first $10,000. And I know that sounds impossible right now, but stick with me. So, here's the thing. Most people think the problem is the economy. And, look, I'm not going to lie to you. The economy is messy. Inflation is, well, it's theft. Let's call it what it is. But there's something else happening inside your head that's, infinitely more dangerous. Let's say you actually managed to save some money. You hit $10,000. You feel good, right? For about 3 days. Then something weird happens. Your brain betrays you. It's called the Diderot effect, named after this French guy, Denis Diderot. Basically, he bought a fancy new robe, and suddenly, looking at that robe, he realized the rest of his stuff looked like garbage. So he replaced his rug, then his chair, then his paintings. Until he was broke again. Does that sound familiar? Because we do this with our lives. You get a little raise, you save a little cash, and suddenly that Honda Civic doesn't look like transportation anymore. It looks like failure. You start thinking, I have $10,000 saved. I can afford the payments on the Tesla. No, you can't. Stop. This is the middle-class trap. The system, marketing, social media, your neighbors. It is all designed to weaponize your dopamine receptors against your bank account. They want you to feel rich by buying stuff instead of actually being wealthy by buying freedom. It's a scam, and your ego is the one signing the checks. So, how do we fix this? How do we get to $20,000 without blowing it on a lifestyle upgrade? You need a shift. A violent shift in perspective. See, from $0 to $10,000, that's survival mode. That's stopping the bleeding. That's making sure a flat tire doesn't ruin your life. But $10,000 to $20,000? That's different. That's walking away money. Let's do the math. I promised you math, right? Let's say your basic expenses, rent, food, keeping the lights on, are $3,000 a month. If you have $20,000 in a high-yield savings account, you have nearly 7 months of freedom sitting there. 7 months. Think about what that does to your brain at work. When your boss, that guy who micromanages you for no reason, when he comes over at 4:55 p.m. on a Friday with one last thing. If you have $0 in the bank, you say, "Yes, sir, absolutely, sir," because you are terrified, because you are a hostage. But if you have $20,000 sitting there, you don't panic. Your heart rate doesn't spike. You look at him and you say, "I can't do that today. I'll handle it Monday." You're not rude. You're just not desperate. That is the shift. $20,000 isn't a down payment on a boat. It's a pair of scissors for those golden handcuffs. It changes your posture. It changes how you sleep. It changes how you negotiate. You stop operating from fear and start operating from, let's call it quiet confidence. And the craziest part? When you aren't desperate, people actually respect you more. They pay you more. It's ironic, isn't it? You have to have money to make money, simply because you stop acting like you need the money. Okay, so how do we get there? And please, I'm not going to tell you to stop drinking coffee. If a latte keeps you from driving your car into a bridge, buy the latte. We need bigger levers. We need counterintuitive habits. I mean, painfully boring. Excitement in investing is for gamblers and people who lose money. You want the sizzle? Go to a casino. If you want $20,000, you need to fall in love with the grind. Set up an auto transfer. The day you get paid, before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, pay yourself. Treat your savings account like it's a bill collector who will break your legs if you don't pay up. Make it non-negotiable. This one saved my life. Literally. When you see something you want to buy, over $100, put it in the cart, and then close the tab. Walk away. Wait 72 hours. 3 days. I guarantee you, for 90% of that stuff, the want will vanish. Because the dopamine hit was in the hunting, not the owning. You're hacking your own biology. Forget the coffee. Look at housing, transportation, and food. If you are driving a car that costs you $600 a month, plus insurance, plus gas, and you're trying to save by cutting Netflix, you're bailing out the Titanic with a teaspoon. It's math. Sell the car. Drive a beater. But Bill, what will people think? Here's the harsh truth. They don't think about you. They really don't. They are too busy worrying about what you think about them. So drop the ego. Downgrade the apartment if you have to. Just for a year or two. Get the $20,000. Then you can breathe. We all do this. One day I'll invest. One day I'll fix my credit. One day when I make more money? No. Start now. With $50. Because the math of compounding, it needs time, not just money. Let me give you a number. If you invest $500 a month, just $500, into a boring S&P 500 index fund, and you do that for 30 years at average returns, do you know what you have? You put in $180,000, but you have nearly $1 million. $800,000 of that is free money. It's money your money made while you were sleeping, but you have to start the clock today. Look, I don't care if you never drive a Lamborghini. Honestly, this isn't about luxury. It's about autonomy. The world is getting louder. It's getting more expensive. It's getting more stressful. And the only way to protect yourself, to protect your sanity, is to build a wall of cash between you and the chaos. $20,000 is that wall. It's the point where you stop just surviving and you start actually living. It's the point where you can look at a problem and say, I can fix this, instead of I'm ruined. And that feeling, that peace of mind, that is worth more than any status symbol you can buy at the mall. So, stop trying to look rich. Start getting free. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't think I am. If this hit home for you, if you felt that, let me know in the comments. I'm building my wall. I read them. I'll see you in the next one.